Yeah.
All right. Oh shoot, it started doing in 720p. Sometimes it like drives me nuts because unless I check, it will start streaming in a lower quality
That's so
versus 1080p.
Can you or no?
No, because I think if I go back out, it'll end this stream. So I can't actually
That's so
adjust it.
frustrating.
I know. It's okay. This is life. Life happens and you just have to be okay with it. I just had my moment. Let me just
Oh
sorry.
my gosh, the rain is like
It
coming
is crazy.
down.
Yeah, my window's open too, but I like keeping my window open. Yeah, so GM, we're just gonna get started
Hi,
here. Fashion Tech Tuesday. I'm Janie. This is
Taylor. Hello.
we don't usually but yeah, we were just chit chatting before we started, so I just kind of wanted to jump in and get on stream. And I realized it's so dark. Hold on, let me turn on my happy light. This is like nice. You know what I use as a light is sorry, I'm blinding everyone. It's like basically a light that mimics natural sunlight. So
Oh,
when it's a day
yes.
like this, yeah.
Yeah.
So I started using this, and honestly, it's been like a godsend. But I've been also using it to like film.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so smart. Love
Yeah,
that. So cute.
very
Happy light. We
happy
love a
light.
happy light.
Yeah.
No, when my brother was moving to Alaska, like that's what everyone was like, you have to have
Yeah.
one. Yeah, when you move there. So I
I
know
mean, I
very
think when like the weather is like this and the sun is not shining, it just like really is not
yeah,
it makes you
brings
feel
you
very
down.
unhappy. Yeah. But yeah, welcome to Fashion Tech Tuesday. We will literally just be going through. I actually just put the QR code up there, but I read a newsletter called the Digital Runway, covering beauty, fashion, tech, and AI news, insights. And this week, basically, probably spent way too much time doing Met Gala stuff. I think by now I've probably put in about 30 hours
Wow.
researching, studying, writing about the Met Gala, either from a perspective of, and I did like this like savage TikTok, which to me is savage because I try to keep things very, how do I say, politically correct kind of when
Yeah.
it comes to my content, but I decided to play a meme part of the marketing professor and basically gave all these girls an F for their outfits, and they're basically kind of the who's who in fashion. But I was like, they really just did not do their homework when it
Yeah.
came to the theme and everything like that. So yeah, I spent a lot of time going through this, and I just felt like as I was going through it, because after working in Web 2 in the traditional side of beauty and fashion in that industry, realizing there's so much opportunity when it comes to the tech and AI and the
Mhm,
activation. And either you have people who don't know anything about fashion trying to create in it, the
mhm.
digitalized or the tech and AI version of it, or you have fashion people who just don't want to touch tech and AI. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of that happy medium of like, how do you connect everything and explain what is actually going on? So it's been it's been exciting. We're gonna go through the actual strategy and marketing deck that I kind of put together.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah.
I'm really excited. I saw the thing that you had for like the piano. I'm like the like
Oh,
that would have been and like reading what you had like wrote about that too would have been really cool to like activate that, right?
yeah,
Like sense. So we can talk about that. But
yeah. And
there's so
actually, oh, sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say, and actually I had a stream for Monday Mukbang yesterday with Dave, and we did a little bit of ChatGPT image, which actually we're doing round two next Monday because I want to create some wall art, which I still been
Yeah,
talking about for like a few weeks. And I was like, I actually need to do it, but I'm gonna practice with some of the prompting this week and then actually do it. So we did one with like my postcard and my design from last week. But anyways, that's a whole different topic of conversation. But back to fashion is I want to give a shout out to Safi because I'll show that video clip, but basically I'm like testing out different content, and Taylor does social, so you can connect with her if you
Yeah.
need support or if you want to learn more about social. But I did a very quick 6-second video of Andre 3000 with that block of text. And
Yeah.
actually, number one, that hit 10K views on Instagram. And like now, I think this is my, I don't know, less than 10 number of videos that have actually hit over 10K. I had some
Nice.
Studio Ghibli, and when they first did Reels, had a couple.
Yeah.
Um, but that was pretty cool to see. And
Yeah.
then the second one was on X, actually, my friend Safi, because I tagged her and a bunch of other Web3 musicians that I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, because I think previously my approach for like my marketing, my strategy was, I wouldn't say gatekeeping, but I wasn't really giving away free game, as in
Yeah.
free marketing and free strategy. I mean, because I think I was so focused on the news and the insights and the concept. So to actually share about it is just like an extra way of doing content, and it just felt like a lot. But yeah, I just kind of pivoted in my approach to share more and kind of the, I guess I'll let you speak on this, but kind of like the unique selling proposition of what the Digital Runway offers, which is the beauty, fashion, tech, and AI, not just the news, but actual marketing strategy perspective from someone who's actually worked in the industry as a global business exec.
Yeah, no, I think you like there's so much value to be had, and everything that you're offering within like a free community. Like you're not charging people for this information, and like your perspective on the just like the marketing side of things and like the opportunities that people could be taking, even if it's like as a musician or as a fashion person
Mhm.
working within the space, actually being able to take that information and potentially like use that. There's so much opportunity there that you're like offering and value that you're giving. Just love that it's coming from a marketing perspective too, because I think not a lot of people think in that way.
Yeah,
There's, I think that there's so much value that you're bringing for the artist side of things. I think a lot of artists don't think in the format of what you do a lot of times. And the ones who do think in that way usually are the ones that you're seeing, right?
yeah,
For like online on socials, and the reason that they're doing well is because they know how to market themselves,
yeah,
at the end of the day. So I love the breakdown. I'm really excited to kind of chat about more on that. I don't know. I guess like me, the social person in me,
yeah,
just kind of the marketing side of me gets like obsessed. I'm like, I think that's where you and I have always kind of aligned is
mhm,
because we were both kind of in that world. It's like fashion and
yeah,
tech and AI are the interest, but like marketing and the like communication side of things is like
mhm,
where we have think differently outside of the box.
yeah.
Yeah, no, love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like literally fashion tech nerd, but also fashion tech and AI. I go down deep rabbit holes.
Yeah,
And then on the flip side is the marketing and strategy side, because I see a lot of people sharing about fashion tech,
yeah,
but they're either designers or creatives, but not the business side.
yeah,
So I think
100%.
that's one part of it. And then the other side of it is, yeah, just having experience of actually working in the industry. I mean, let me be real, like it's not brain surgery. You could still figure it out and learn, but there's nuances if you actually understand how retail operations work, how product seeding works for celebrities or creators, which I've done before, or
Yeah,
PR events. Like I put in a lot of MFing time working and a lot of all-nighters like doing this shit. Excuse my language. We're on X, not on LinkedIn, so it's okay. But I want to say good morning, just really quick. Stella, thank you for joining. And across both channels. Yeah, actually, so she just wrote no space today. So actually, I just felt like doing a not a demo in this case, but just basically share screen, more like, hey, we're doing a quick meeting, quick catch up. Here's what happened in, beauty, fashion, tech, and AI this week. Here are the insights. Here's what you need to know. Here's a little activation playbook. And then on the flip side, for something like this Sunday, what I wrote about, which is a marketing strategy deck for the Met Gala or other red carpets if you're an artist or a creative or a musician or something like that. So that's why we're actually moving towards the video content. And I'll talk about the Substack stuff later, but let's get into the meat. I'm gonna actually just share screen really quick, and I'm gonna show you this is the nice little lead up because it'll explain
Yeah.
about why I decided to do this. So this is actually my Instagram. Please go follow me there if you don't already. No
Yes.
one's gonna do it besides me, so I gotta do it for myself. So I
Yes, that is exactly it. And, hi, LM.
oh,
It's
she's
nice
here.
to meet you. She's here. "Hello, you beautiful souls." I'm just, like, in
Appreciate
always
that.
saying it, like, in her voice, in my
I know, I know. I love you, beautiful. I love it when she says that.
know.
Okay, so just very quickly, I'm gonna just go through. So actually very interesting what I've experimented with. So this is ChatGPT, this sushi image, which
So
is like kind
cute.
of a graphic for Monday mukbang. And then
Mhm.
even this, I'm Asian, it's AAPI month,
Yeah.
happy AAPI month. So I put that together, but I wanna just go through this and the reason why I did the strategy and marketing deck for this week. So this is the video. Or so literally, I want to actually talk about this really quick. So the block of text and the idea that I was sharing here was Andre 3000 wore the piano to the Met Gala. He dropped an EP later, which was called Seven Piano Sketches. And for me, I thought it was genius level marketing and attention hacking,
Yeah.
but taking it a step further, because that's just the way my brain works. And I was like, you know what? F it. I'm going to start giving away this free game. Can people take it and use it themselves and not credit me? Yes, but it happens in real life anyways. So, you know what? Why don't I have other people win to actually share about it? And for me, when I'm doing it, I'm like, well, this is an opportunity because this is where everyone's attention is. So, you can have the red carpet becoming an ad and actually a free one versus playing for the Super Bowl, playing one at the Super Bowl, which is like multi-millions of dollars, and having his EP teaser be played, either through his, fashion, what he's wearing. Maybe it's like a piano button that he can press when he
Mhm.
does a little jig or a dance, or from that piano. But I just felt like it was a missed opportunity. I'm like, you know what? Are people not thinking like this? Because why don't I just put it out there? So that's basically where it came from.
Yeah, people are definitely not thinking like that. And it's crazy to me because it's like they think like this is like just the step one, which I think, to be honest with you, was really awesome. It was outside the box. It was the show stopping kind of like
For sure.
we're going to remember that,
Yeah.
right? But it you're 100% correct when it's like you lost the opportunity to actually, like, showcase the song too, right?
Yeah.
And in this, like, uh, how much better would it have been, if there would have been the opportunity to actually, like, showcase that? So I think you're
Yeah.
spot on. I love that you, like, shared the idea too and, like,
I
just,
did.
like, "F it, dude," like,
Yeah.
who cares? Because reality of it is like, if it does get seen and if multiple things like that start to be seen versus,
Yeah.
I feel like that's, like, where traction starts to happen, for the digital runway and you as Janie Park, like, just actually having this very, I don't know, like, influential mind. The way that you think is not like the average
Yeah.
person. So love it, love it. This was really cool, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was like, "It hit 10K." I mean, look, have not cracked 10K
Wins,
on
dude.
anything yet, and I've been grinding for the last few years, so I mean, like, I feel for anyone who is trying to grind out the content. Like, I see Dave showed up, appreciate you, Dave, and yeah, deja vu, because I was showing in this video yesterday because we talk about social content and different things, and, yeah, I appreciate you, LMD, trying the new format. I think it's better just because you see the faces, and B, you could actually see, what we're trying to talk about, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
Versus having to, like, scroll, like, on Twitter, it's like you're having to, like, scroll up to, like, look in the nest, and a lot of times people are just listening, so they're not
yeah,
really, like, paying attention
exactly.
to what it is. Yeah, no, I love it.
And to be
Um,
honest, the viewership is actually stronger, and I mean, again, like, it sounds like not nasty, but it sounds weird to say it, but there's literally no other fashion space show
yeah,
that I know of, and there's definitely no fashion tech space. So I'm gonna be real, like, Dave and I talk about this, and I'm like, as much as it pains me sometimes, I'm like, "This is not a huge space." It's not like crypto or meme coin where you have thousands of people, but,
yeah,
it's hard to show up, but, like, my friend Eric always says consistency compounds, and it just reminds me just to show up and to do the damn thing. And I also want to give a quick shout out to Safi because on X, when I posted this, I tagged her name and a couple others, and she tagged a rapper named Rhapsody. So I'm going to be straight up. I had no idea who she was. So I went deep down the rabbit hole, and she's like performed with Mac Miller, Erica
wow,
Badu, like some of the greats. And I was like, actually, her music is dope. So
that's
I was like, you know
awesome.
what? If she wants to activate it, let's
Yeah,
talk. So
yeah,
I was like, again, I'm learning. I have like literally, I am getting to the point where I just am desperate. I'm hungry. I want to make things work, but I also don't want to be an asshole. I think that's the key here. But I think like shout out to Safi for doing that because otherwise she wouldn't have seen my post because she tagged her and I didn't
yeah,
even know who she was. So Rhapsody, maybe I'll clip this. Let's make this happen because I just think that it's cool. And plus, she's born in 83, which is I'm
oh,
born in
cool.
83. I'm in my 40s. Like, we have, different people from all walks of life, but I'm like, I want my generation to also be a part of whatever the hell is going on. Anyways, we've been yapping about this for a long time. So let's get into the
Yeah, let's get
actual
into the
meat
breakdown.
of things because this one, let me tell you, there's a lot of shit here. Excuse my language. Um, so I'm going to share this tab. Sorry, I'm streaming from my actual. Can you guys see?
Yes, we can see it.
All right. So this is a new section that I started writing in the Digital Runway called the strategy deck. And the way that I wanted this to read. So for this one specifically, I wanted it to go through wearable fashion technology, the Met Gala strategy deck that you didn't know existed because actually it doesn't exist.
Well, it does now.
It does now, yeah. And you know what? It kind of shocks me when I say these things, and I'm not trying to, make it like a "oh, I'm amazing" moment, but I'm like shocked it doesn't like no one's done it before. And then
Mhm.
as I was going through it, I was like, you know what? I want to share the marketing, the Web3, the blockchain, the AI opportunity that people are not talking about because they might talk about consumer tech, but not into the breakdown of things. So that's
Yeah.
basically where it came about. You guys can go and read the other part. I'm actually moving to Substack. Oh, this is baby me. Oh
So
my,
cute. I know, I was like I literally scrolled through all of this, like, read all of it.
yeah. This
Um,
is more recently from New York Fashion Week, but yeah, I mean, I made it very more Substack orientated because I was making my newsletter on Beehive super tight.
yeah,
And Taylor, I went from probably 800 to 1,000 words. So I started cutting it to 600, super snappy, super punchy, which I
yeah,
will still continue to do for Sunday news. But
yeah.
this issue was like 900 words, but I needed to put in the story and actually like give
Yeah, of course.
context.
I think something too is like storytelling is engaging, right? So like giving a little blurb about you and your journey is also engaging. It's definitely an ad, but I mean like an ad to like the work that you're already doing. But we like to learn a little bit more about Janie. We want to know more about you and personal stuff is what sells at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
that's storytelling sells. Like the news it sells too, but at the same time, like it's how it's being sold, right? Like it's how it's being shared. So I love it. Love it.
And I will throw my QR code back up. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe
Yes.
to the newsletter because I gated this one because I was like, nah, this is free game, but if you want it, you got to be a part of the
Yeah.
community.
I
Because
love
I
that.
spent hours on hours, probably an extra 10 hours working through this. So
Yeah.
to your point, I mean, you've known my journey, and I know we're doing like creator slash doing the fashion tech, but this is all marketing and strategy related. But I've been on Beehive for a year and a half, over a year and a half, and I finally pulled the trigger, so to speak, to move to Substack. And really, the real reason why is I saw the Y2K bloggers, the brands. So everyone from Chriselle Lim, I don't know if you guys know her, to
Yeah,
Emily Schulman from Cupcakes and Cashmere. They're like OG bloggers from the
yeah,
2000s, and
yeah,
they're the ones who kicked off blogging in the first place.
right.
And then you have Rare Beauty. I didn't even include it on here, but you have the Real uh,
Yeah,
as well. And then Justin Welsh, for anyone on X, like that's what really pushed me over the edge
yeah,
because Justin Welsh is a solopreneur, talks about content and all these things. And once I saw him move over and he was talking about discoverability, I'm like, F. And I was like, you know what?
yeah.
I'm not going to do anything until June and like prepare. And I just decided, you know what? F it. It makes it
Okay.
real by sharing it on the internet. So I shared it. I'm forced to do it. I haven't even uploaded my first post yet. I'm going to probably upload this by Wednesday or Thursday this week. But
I'm proud of you. Sometimes it's like, we use like a timeline as an excuse to like procrastinate to some extent. Like we're like, oh, well, we're gonna do it in May or in June.
yeah,
And then like we like push ourselves to not actually like take the leap of actually doing it. And it's kind of like an excuse because it's gonna be so much work to like move everything over and it's like stressful. But at the end of the day, I'm proud of you for just like taking the leap and just doing it anyways. Like what is it gonna like it's gonna take time, but I'm just
yeah.
excited for you. The move is
I mean,
exciting.
for real, like, I mean, you know this as well of like building your social media business, but I literally have mini meltdowns every day. And I think one of the things that I realize is that like I'm not Beyonce. I'm not Justin Wall. Like I'm not these people yet. So I mean, no one's waiting with bated breath, like putting a notification on their calendar.
Oh,
But at the same time, because we're both solopreneurs, it makes it more real when you put it on the internet
yep,
because it feels like you need
yep.
to do the damn thing or you're late. But also, if you miss it, it's okay. No one's coming for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, exactly. No, I definitely, I've been like going back and forth. I'm like, am I doing the right thing? Like, I'm literally like so stressed about all of the things like coming through income, all of these things. And I'm like constantly talking to my sister about it. And I was like, like, am I doing this? Like, is this stupid for me to like transition into like that space back from like where I was like heavy in the crypto scene, like moving now
Yeah.
towards like what I'm working on the social side again. And I'm
Yeah.
like, am I doing the right thing? Like, is this the right direction? And like, I have imposter syndrome so hard. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, but people signed up. So I'm like, I keep like going back and forth on that. But it's I feel like you're probably like dealing with the same thing, right?
Yep.
Like to some extent it's just like imposter syndrome, like who cares, like who's going to listen to me kind of type thing. But
Yeah.
here we are. If we don't ever try, we'll never know
Yeah.
like
And I
that
think,
is possible.
like, this is the time to actually try and to bet on yourself. I mean, and this is a whole nother maybe you should come to Monday Mukbang one day because that is this kind of conversation.
Yeah,
But I'll just end on this note and just say, the economy the way it is, Fiverr CEO just basically said that AI is coming for every single job, which we already know this.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But I think this is why having a personal brand is important. So
yeah,
for me, I have my own personal brand, which is myself, Jenny Park XYZ. And
yeah,
then I have my media brand and fractional marketing advisory, which is the Digital Runway. And I've been like, I've adjusted the branding over the course of the year and a half that I've been doing it. But you need to continue to like pitch yourself and to share yourself, but not be an asshole because if you're overly shilling, then no one really wants to hear your
yeah.
whatever, right? So it's just kind of more how do you deliver value. But on that note, really quick, I'm just going to go through. Yeah, I will be at NFT NYC as well. LMD excited. I'll be on stage too. But I love this the digital times where NFT art bridges physical and digital worlds. and she's definitely excited to bring in elements of what we discuss here. Yes. And I hope that you will mention to subscribe to the Digital Runway and mention me, even though I'm not in the room, because that's how we're supposed to do.
Yes.
But anyways, all jokes aside, that's not really a joke. But let's get into it. So basically, I'm going to run through, and at some point, I'll show you there's going to be a cutoff because I just decided I spent over 10 hours writing, researching this. Like, the André 3000 was free game. If you want the rest, you got to watch it. But I'm going to go through it on the streams, but at the same time, if you want it in your inbox, then make sure to subscribe. But Miss Beauty and Fashion Tech Moves at the Met Gala. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Just a brief recap, TLDR. The theme was Black Dandyism. And I went through, carousel posts, superlatives just for fun. Shout out to Connie for doing that. Also, shout out to LMD because we did a 3-hour stream. And then Taylor, we did another recap last week going through looks. It was a lot. So you can go through the different links to see those superlatives. But I did one, which was the girls who didn't do their homework, which is basically the who's who in fashion. And I'll let you guys go and look at that yourself later. But I want to get into this. So I actually framed this, and for anyone who's trying to do marketing or strategy, I started doing this because I was like, you know what? I have these ideas. Let me put a pen to paper. So if I were advising the brands or working with them, this is what I would do. And so the André 3000 one we talked about. So I want to, unless you have anything you want to share on this, I'm going to just run through because I think we talked about it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So this is the André 3000. And I subscriber break right after this because I was like, you know what? Gonna make it into this. But Mona Patel, she is a tech founder. And first of all, she was wearing a Thom Browne skeletal corset, which was amazing. But she also had a bot. So let me show you this look, okay? I'm gonna minimize a little bit so you can get the full thing.
See the thing. Yeah.
So she has a robot dog. First of all, how cool is that? But there is a problem. And for me, the problem was she had the bot for pre-Met Gala photos, but not actually at the event and the red carpet, which has a lot of play. So for me, I mean, she was the only person that I saw in the entire Met Gala that did anything fashion tech orientated. So I thought this was a huge missed opportunity of what she could do. Because for me, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, she could have the robot dog actually respond with camera flashes or applause or barking even. Like there's an element of taking couture, but making it robotic. And actually, I haven't done the notification yet or the graphics and event details. I need to do it after the stream. But I actually have 2 wearable fashion tech, basically robotics designers that I am speaking with on Thursday. So you guys should definitely join because I'm going to be talking to them, like the people who actually design, what are the possibilities, because I think it is pretty dope. But if you guys are watching, let me know what you think about her look, about the opportunities, but also Taylor, what do you think?
I definitely agree with you. I think there was a huge missed opportunity by not having it, in the midst of the event, right? I'm with you in like, okay, it was great just for an image, but why not do more? Why not have that with you? Like I feel like that's like, and maybe to some extent it was because it's an added thing to kind of like deal with, like when you're like posing and things like that. There's a lot going on at like on a red carpet, but I do agree with you that I think that it was a missed opportunity in an interactive option, like for potentially more on the less of photograph side, more on the opportunity to like get video content, right? Like, which is like one of those things that's,
1000%.
yeah, like that. So it's like, okay, photos speak 1,000 words, but like right now everything is video content. So why didn't they take advantage of like interactive opportunity for that? But yeah, it was really unique. super different than what we saw altogether.
Yeah,
Again, another element to like the added element, the prop, the thing that's like adding the tech um,
yeah,
to the events. It's like those are the ones that people are talking like you're getting
yeah,
people talking. I just yeah, I definitely agree that it could have been
yeah,
done better, right? There's always it can always be done better, but like so next year, what do you do? Like
yeah,
how do you adjust that?
yeah.
But I definitely agree with you in the sense of there is so much opportunity that was completely missed.
Yeah, I mean, so back when the Super Bowl happened, I actually like finally after getting probably I think like 5 to 8, I can't even remember off the top of my head, but like people DMing me or texting me and being like, "Hey, you should cover the Super Bowl." And I was like, first of all, I mean, I don't really know much about the Super Bowl. Do I know something about marketing and strategy? Yes. Fashion
Yeah,
tech? Yes. And I saw Kendrick Lamar, the way that he had, certain people join. It was like literally a diss track for, Drake. That's number one. And I get into this. And like even now, right? Like he's now working with Chanel. He was
yeah,
wearing Celine bell bottoms at the time. So it's literally this is the moment where all eyes are on you. How do you make it a theatrical performance and
yeah,
not just a static look? And to
yeah,
your point about video, I think that it needs to be performance driven. And the way it's performance driven is adding the tech to it, right? So imagine paparazzi's taking video and maybe after 10 flashes, the robot actually detects it and starts barking or, talking or something like that, or narration. Like, I just think that it could have been so much cooler, but at the same time, I get it. Maybe it was, and I don't know the answer to this, um, maybe it was a regulation on Met Gala's part that she wasn't allowed to bring it. I don't
yeah,
know. But then also the other thing is, like this is the kind of stuff that actually moves the needle and is super interesting to people.
yeah,
But just to go through these comments real quick, like Cece, yeah, the robot dog should definitely have done something else, but
like
it was more unique. And then I see Allah, thank you for joining. Yeah, stream behind the scenes, like it needed to be on the red carpet. I think that
yeah,
was no contest. Adding a QR code as a sticker. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this, and I think you were mentioning this too, triggering the experience. But I think the thing is that okay, exclusive to the fans who had the password from the Discord or the email. So I'm gonna talk through this a little bit, and maybe I'll change our view to this while we talk about this, so we don't cover your face. I don't think I can move this, but I think one thing is like even for I think you mentioned this comment, and just have a discussion about this. Like LMD mentioned this comment on the idea that I had for Andre 3000, and I
yeah,
think is instead of having like an action to trigger something, for
yeah,
it to actually be something. Hey, I tap something. Like, if I'm Andre 3000, I tap my piano pin or I hit the button on the piano and it just starts playing the 30-second teaser for 7 piano sketches, which is the EP he dropped a couple hours later. Because the other thing is when people are on the red carpet or they're going through these events, you can't touch them. Like
yeah,
you're not going to be able to scan them. They are not regular people. They're
yeah,
celebrities, and they have
yeah,
a security detail. So that's number one. I think for someone else, like at NFT NYC or a Web3 event, I think that could have been like, this is fine. But then the other thing is for Discord, for someone like a Mona or even a Andre 3000, like fashion, music does not hang out in Discord, period.
yeah.
So I know Web3, we love Discord, but I mean, it's just not the
It's
place.
not the norm for anyone else. It's like it started for, like, gamers. So, like, if you're not in the gaming or,
Yeah,
like, heavy in the tech scene, it's really, uh,
yeah,
minimal, which is why, like, Instagram started doing Instagram group things and things like that. So, because there was not a place for people to, like, really utilize that.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think I thinking back to for like the Andre 3000 thing as well, like I wonder if to some extent the reason that like the sound and stuff is because it's so loud and because they aren't like directly, obviously like they're being talked to and stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. But if
Yeah.
there was a way, AI and like and filters and things like that, like there's activations for that. There's like if you have your camera open,
Yep.
it can or like Instagram or whatever, like
Yeah.
in person, it can automatically like
Yeah.
turn into something. So I'm like, there's a lot of activation that is completely missed on the
Yeah.
digital side of things, just in general,
1000%.
where like it's just your camera and
Yeah.
all you have to do is have the camera open and it
Yeah.
automatically detects, right? So
I think to your point though, like for example, like it's very loud on the red carpet. Like I don't
mhm.
know if you saw that scene, but I think it was to Zendaya, if I
Mm.
remember correctly. But literally, there's this paparazzi I don't know if it's photographer, literally yelling
Oh
over
yeah.
here, or maybe it was
Yeah,
I think it
look,
was
yeah,
Lisa,
yeah, yeah.
and I was
And they're
like,
like,
damn.
"Look
But I
over
was like,
here, turn this
you
way,
get
we
your
wanna see the front."
yeah, yeah, but you
Yeah,
have to do that, but I think in that way, you could still do that, but
yeah,
again, whether or not Anna Wintour is gonna approve this outfit is a different story, but,
yeah,
there's always a workaround, there's always a hack to figuring it out. Maybe part of it is more the behind the scenes, and you actually just show the making of the look and show him going to the event and
yeah.
actually playing it for people, and I think to LMD's point, she wrote, they have body, head, and nail pet tracking, so lots could have been done. Yes. And I
Mhm.
think at this point she was saying, I was saying from where they met their fans at. I mean, I think this is the thing. It's like when you are going, let me just put this up here. When you're going for the red carpet and for Met Gala, these people do not have time to go and meet their fans. They are preparing, they're getting ready, they are stressed the F out. You saw Doechii, which I'm curious to know what you think about that. But um, they don't have time to actually do the activation. It could be for another point in time. But again, I think the way that Western artists do fan service, because I'm, Korean American and we're talking about
Yeah.
K-pop, they do the fan meetings, the signings and everything. Like Western artists, that's a huge opportunity that
Mhm.
they need to be doing to cultivate that cult-like community. Do not be a cult, but like a cult-like community where people are MFing invested,
Yeah, 100%.
But okay, let's move on from this. Doechii. Okay, so this one I thought was super interesting, and I've been writing about Louis Vuitton
Mhm.
because number one, you have Pharrell, who is a creative director there, and I am super happy that obviously he has put in his time in music, in streetwear, and fashion, and then you have Pat McGrath, who is now going to be the creative director of their namesake beauty line. Louis Vuitton has never had a beauty line, so this is the
Yeah,
first. And basically, I'm going to just say it for what it is. You have two Black people in very, very influential positions in a French luxury house.
yeah.
Mic drop. Like, this is a very big deal.
Huge.
Yeah, and the fact that like Met Gala, Black dandyism. So I think when people did not follow the theme, and I'm not Black, I'm Korean American, but I think I want to learn and appreciate and understand other cultures. I can't fully understand because I'm not that culture.
Yeah,
But I think when it came to Doechii and her look, I thought it was super interesting because first of all, she was wearing shorts. I'm gonna give you the text version first. She was in a prep school uniform. She had a face tattoo with the LV logo. Okay. And I literally think this look only Doechii can pull it off. And we can talk about the social media fiasco as well.
yeah,
Um, but actually, let's pause on that. Oh, okay, let's go to the marketing POV first. So for me, when I was looking at this, I was like, well, if drop the lens on Snap, because Instagram no longer has this, that was a whole
yeah,
fiasco last year or this year, and then let the fans try the look in full. The
yeah.
face tattoo, a preview of Louis Vuitton Beauty, make it social,
Mhm.
scalable, shoppable. And at the end of the day, it's free UGC and reach. This is free
Yep,
marketing for any Doechii fan to
yeah.
actually be a part of this. So I'm gonna go through a look and then we're gonna dissect it. So I wrote this is my superlative for her, most likely to keep winning the artist way because I'm also doing the artist way. But
So good.
she literally probably has sold a shit ton of these videos, does
Yeah.
not have an affiliate link, she doesn't need one, I'm sure she's making bank, but, like, that fiasco. First of all, let's talk about the social I gave you guys the context, so feel free to, break it apart in the chat, but the social media situation. She was trying to get the umbrella up so people didn't see her look. What did you think about that?
I don't know. I mean,
You know what I'm talking about? Did you watch that video?
tell me. Bring the video.
Um, I don't know if I can find it, but basically, she was, like, going from her dressing room to this, like, exit part, and
Yeah,
she didn't want people to see her
really.
outfit until she got there.
Yeah.
She understands performance reveal, and so
Yeah.
when she did that, like, people were supposed to put umbrellas up, and they weren't doing it properly, so she was yelling at them.
I mean, I
It
can't
was
blame
kind
her.
of
I can't blame her though. Like, if it's in the sense of like, this is a really big moment.
yeah,
Um, I to me, like, okay, if it's not being done right, like, okay, obviously, like, don't yell at people, but at the same time,
I think I found it.
I think there's, like, perfectionism, right? To some extent, and the reason that they have gotten to where they are is
Yeah.
because of
Let me
these
show you real quick before
yeah,
we continue, because I
before we
just found
continue
it.
the conversation.
Yeah. You see?
To some extent, I don't. I totally still agree in the sense of what I was saying before, um, only because
Mhm.
to me, I'm like, okay, don't get me wrong, she shouldn't yell at people, whatever. At the same time, when you are in this moment, I mean, was this her first Met Gala?
Yes.
Exactly. So it's like you have to think in that sense, like this is a make or break opportunity for you. It's also like your culture.
Yeah,
I think there's so many aspects to that. So like lots
yeah,
of people can like you can get mad and like you can say that they're treating them wrong, but like at the same time, it's like this probably wasn't the first time that they like had practiced this, right? Like this is what we're gonna do. These are the options. Everything else I don't agree that she should be yelling at people, but at the same time, like she was probably trying to do exactly what you're saying. It's like you really need to make a statement. She was
mhm,
trying to do something different, and like really hone in on that reveal. So,
yeah,
I mean, to me, I don't necessarily like think she's like all in the wrong. I'm sure it's probably heat of the moment and everything else. Like we're human.
yeah,
We're human. And she didn't get to where she was by not being,
yeah,
like a perfectionist to
yeah,
like have it done the way that she wants it
yeah,
done. Do I necessarily agree that that's always the right way? No, but I can understand why she would
yeah,
be in that situation, especially as like a first time Met Gala, like this is a big deal and you want it to be
1000%.
done right, go off without a hitch, and then this is like the reactionary. So, I mean, can't blame
Yeah,
her, but obviously it like made some noise in a not positive way at the same time.
yeah. I mean, when I look at it, I mean, I agree with you and the points that you made, but if I break
Yeah.
it down further, I would say number 1, her staff didn't do their job.
Yeah.
Like, if this is her first Met Gala, which is for fashion, it basically means it's the MFing Super Bowl. It is
Yeah.
the biggest event in
Yeah.
the year. There's
Uh-huh.
fashion weeks, of course, but
Yeah.
this is like
This
literally
is it.
very limited. You are handpicked and you are invited. So if
Yeah.
you're invited, your outfit also gets approved by Anna Wintour. And if you happen to not know who she is,
Yeah.
she's, has been the EIC editor-in-chief at Vogue for like God knows how long. I mean,
Yeah.
she's been holding that Vogue book, you know, you gotta tear that book from her hands, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I think with Doechii, like I understand why she would be frustrated, she would be pissed. I think if I was in that position, I would be pissed. I was like, I told you to get umbrellas, get
Yeah.
it. Should she have dropped the F bomb? I mean, but yes, I think I saw LMD's comment here too. Is yes, if you're a performer, it is very high stress. But I think
Mhm.
at the same time, like it's a matter of did her team actually do their job, and the level of frustration and stress. It's her debut. She's
Yeah.
working with Louis Vuitton. It's huge.
Huge
But
deal.
at the same time, for me, I was like, not the best moment for you, but at the same time, do we get it? We get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as, like, just full authenticity, like, and trying to, like, put yourself in their shoes. Now,
Yeah,
does everyone else do that? No, because then they, like, are gonna be pissed off, but
yeah,
in my opinion, I don't know. I don't think she was, like, completely in the wrong.
yeah. And I'm just gonna read what she said. If people saw the real behind the scenes and more, yeah. Oh, I agree. What happens, and trust me, I've worked with celebrities and I've worked with like big time creators. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked.
Yeah.
Like I will just make one comment because in Asia, they have a lot of domestic helpers. So
Mm,
basically, you will call them your cook or your babysitter or your nanny or whoever. And I've literally, I mean, I didn't grow up with that kind of like
yeah,
situation. My parents immigrated, they worked like 3, 5 jobs and
yeah,
then, made something of themselves. But like they were cleaning at, a Holiday Inn, like this type of stuff, and like
yeah.
being a waitress and a cook. So for me, I've been taught to treat everyone with respect and say hello. So saying hello to my friend's helper, and then my she's kind of like a socialite celebrity, and then she's like, "Oh, you don't need to say hi to them." And I was like,
Oh,
I mean, I'm gonna keep on doing me. You do you, but I'm gonna keep on doing me, and I'm gonna acknowledge these humans in the room.
yeah, because 'cause they're people too.
Exactly. But also, I would literally, there would be a cleaner who would come into like our offices. And I had an office, and literally she would come in and like take my trash. And my Cantonese is terrible. All I could say was hello and thank you, and order spicy chili oil or something like that, or my address in Cantonese. I'd be like, "Leho,
Yeah.
moi," which means like hello and thank you. But like literally, sometimes I would be in meetings with my whole team and they're like crowded around in my office because we're talking about some shit. And like literally, she would come in and she would make eye contact because I didn't say good morning and thank you to her yet. And I'm like, oh, I forgot. But then I realized how much they wanted to hear that. And
Yeah,
she knew who would actually exist, like understand her human existence. So
yeah,
I think going back to the Doechii thing, like I get it, but
yeah,
at the same time, like it's a reason why they are artists, number one, and number two, how they actually got there.
yeah.
But that's a whole different rabbit hole. So
Very much so, a whole different rabbit hole, but
but yeah, let's get through Rihanna real quick. I'm gonna show you a part of it. I'm not gonna go through the full deep dive, but
mhm.
basically, Liana, oh my goodness, Rihanna was late. She was the last one, but of course, you can only do this if you are Rihanna or someone
Yeah,
even.
of course.
Like, don't be showing up to this situation all late like this. Like, we waited because it was Rihanna, Aesop Rocky was there, all the things. And I even talk about Aesop with like the fact that he's Ray-Ban creative director, but not with Ray-Ban Meta, which is the biggest miss of the century, but
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. No, we kind of touched on that in our last conversation, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I have major gripes about this because I look at everything and I'm like, why the hell? Like, just please contact me. Let's work together. Let me
yeah,
figure out your shit because it ain't working. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. But marketing POV here, I wrote, why wasn't there a Get the Met Gala look? She owns a beauty brand. Her
yeah,
team literally, and I broke it down later on. But since you guys are joining live, and actually we have 80 people in here, so thank you all for joining. Retweet
Yeah.
if you are watching on X, which most of you guys are. So I literally broke down the Fenty Beauty strategy. So this is her look. She slayed, always late, but worth the wait. And I'm gonna literally, I spent way too much time on these
No,
superlatives.
they're so good though. I love all of them. Like they've all been so spot on.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And shout out to Connie because we spent hours doing some looks and research, and she's the one who actually found me Mona Patel and the robot dog.
Oh,
I
nice.
saw no press about that anywhere.
Yeah, what the
Katy
heck,
Perry,
dude?
because like she didn't really get that celebrity airplay. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
But I'm just gonna go through really quickly. So if you want full details of this, go to the newsletter and read it. But I wrote, "Don't dress for 2025, bill for 2020, oh, sorry, 2050, 2020, Oh Jesus, that's a very long time away. Um, but I literally broke down a Power Playbook, and I literally took through, and I actually that was one of the words that I'm not supposed to say because on stream I have a piece of paper of words I'm not supposed to say because I say them too much as filler words.
Oh, I love you for this. What are your filler words that you always say?
Um,
Yes.
like, literally, And, yesterday, I'll stream yesterday with Dave, and I just said like again. He goes, "If you say it, then you have to drink." I mean, we weren't actually drinking
Oh
alcohol
my
on
God,
stream,
that's
but I
so
was like drinking my
this is so good. I need someone to keep me accountable on this too.
Oh,
I
gotta write it down. Like, I literally, because every stream I do, I watch the playback.
yeah,
It's painful, but I do it because I wanna hone in on my craft and
yeah,
having these conversations. But anyways, we
yes,
went down a rabbit hole here, and I'm just gonna go through the comments real quick. Oh, I love this. I am polite to AI, so I'm definitely greeting the helper. Oh, not my helper. But yeah, someone else's helper. I was not in that status to have a helper. Yes, Clueless, AR, Paper Doll, we love that. But yeah, just to get into this really quick, I'm not gonna go over into it in detail because I wanna go through the swipe. But for me, as I was looking at it, if I were working with Fenty Beauty, a couple of things. One, why is there no Met Gala curated shop?
yeah,
Literally, we're I just said the freaking word. But the e-commerce site for Fenty Beauty should have had a separate section that said Rihanna's Met Gala look.
yes,
And, even if we're talking about QR codes, for example, or, shop the look, or even being able to have a filter to try on her Met Gala look,
yeah,
either just beauty or work with a fashion designer to do a strategic collab. Or if you buy the full look, this is basically very retail 101. You force them to buy all 10 SKUs,
yeah,
all 10 items that are related to her look. Maybe you put a promotion again. It said, hey, for 1 week, if you buy Rihanna's Met Gala look, I'll give you, or Fenty Beauty is offering 10% off. So you basically FOMO everyone in to buy it. And if you do, you get an exclusive message from Rihanna. You also get a QR code of a digital fashion look or beauty look that comes to life that you never seen before. And I'm just like, what the hell are you guys doing?
yeah, I don't really understand. They really are just so thinking so small. It was like there was so many misses in this.
Yeah.
So
But
many
I
misses.
just don't think and I think this is what I realized. 'Cause I'm like, doesn't everyone think like this? Is what I always think. But I mean, if you ask me to do coding and dev work, my brain does not think like that. It would just literally be, but you want to talk about marketing,
Yeah,
strategy,
yeah,
social, related to beauty, fashion, retail, and now add in the tech and AI. Hell yeah, I could definitely deliver.
yeah,
So honestly, it was a huge miss for me. I mean, anyone who's watching this, I hope that we could do something together in the future, or you will take some, pointers from this and actually do something. But I do want to end quickly because I want to end sharply at 12 because I got a lot of stuff to do,
yes,
and we could
ma'am.
probably go on for another half hour. But I
Forever.
want to just talk through some of the news real quick. Ooh, sorry, what do you say?
No, I was just saying forever and always. We can always chat for like forever on all of these topics.
Yeah, 1000%. And I'm laughing because LMD goes, "Oh, twinsies, my filler words are so
Yes.
similar."
Mine
My
too, to be honest.
every time I catch myself saying literally, or you know what? I made a TikTok saying when people tell you respectfully that
Uh,
it's a cue they're going to be disrespectful. But I realized one of my other filler words that I don't say here, but I use it in natural like conversation is honestly. And I
oh,
was thinking to
yeah.
myself, does that mean that people think that I'm normally dishonest? Let me know in comments what you guys think, or Taylor, what do you think about this? But I
So
I I had to, I was about to say literally again, but I had a thought. I don't know.
I
What
don't I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that way, at least. I don't
I think that's also because you know me.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Yeah,
true. But I also say that all the time too, so okay. I I digress.
you
Get
do digress.
back.
But yeah, so we are just gonna go through some of these stories real quick. So I put together and I write a section called the weekly swipe. And usually my Sunday newsletters do not look like this. It's more like 2 or 3 pieces of news and basically a marketing POV or a power playbook, like a couple quick hits of action that you could do for your own brand. But this one, because of Met Gala, I was like, you know what? Let me just put
Break
this
it down.
together. Yeah, I spend way too much time. But for the news this week, Wonder Skin, which you guys may know as the viral
The lip
let me share
stain.
this lip stain. So they just got an influx of cash, 50 million Series A round, which is a pretty solid Series A. And I haven't tried it yet, but now I want to try it. Have you tried it?
Yeah, my sister has it, so I used it. I've used it
Do you
before.
like it?
I did like it. I
I feel like
think
there's a but.
Huh?
I feel like there's a but.
No, no, like, it was
Okay.
actually really great. It's just, like, sometimes well, you really have to be pretty precise, and I'm
Okay.
not, like, a makeup girly. I mean, I love makeup, and I do when I go out, but
Yeah.
on, like, my daily, I'm not the girl that's putting on makeup every morning. I used to be once upon a time, but then I started working from home, and
Yeah.
I don't ever leave my house, so, like, I'm just like,
I mean, I'm
yeah.
wearing sweatpants downstairs.
Well, it's also really
Like,
yes,
literally, I
yes.
wear sweatpants.
Yes, no, so but I do really like it, um, because I hate I love lipstick, I hate lipstick. I have a love-hate relationship with it. My lips tend like, if I want a red lipstick, it almost always turns pink because of the undertone in my lips, um,
Oh,
and so
wait,
I
have you tried putting foundation on first? Put foundation or concealer on your lips.
Okay, sure. I'll try that and see if it
Yeah,
works.
because
Usually
then
it will
it'll
turn pink.
capture the pigmentation.
Mm.
Like, pigmentation, like, you'll have more of, like, a clean okay, anything makeup and skincare, talk to me.
Yes,
The
but
glow
so
in the
that's
sun is for the
something
beauty and skincare and all the other things that I do with my skin, but try the concealer on first, but
on my
anyways, let's
lips.
talk about the beauty routine another time just so we can get through the news.
Yeah, no, no, but just in general, I like this because it stays on. So,
Yeah,
like, we wore it to go to my sister's birthday dinner at
got
Peking
it.
Duck, you probably know,
Yeah.
in DC. There, eat dinner, the whole
Oh,
thing,
wow.
and it was on the whole night, so it was great. So definitely, and now I've been seeing people using it, like, on their eyebrows for, like, tinted eyebrows. That's, like, the most recent thing that I had seen.
Okay. So they deserve their Series A basically.
I
So,
think
yes, if
so.
you have
Yeah,
if you are a woman or you wanna try this, or if you have a lady in your life that good gift idea. But just to move on quickly, Jisoo from Blackpink has a AI editorial look from Self Portrait, which I thought was really cool because I've been waiting and I feel like I need to drop something related to K-pop because I wrote about it, but I haven't really pulled anything together. I have so many content ideas or like reports and decks that I want to do. But I just, as a solopreneur, writing all of this and doing
hard.
myself, it's just a lot. But I thought that that was pretty cool because I think the K-pop fandom and the AI and the possibilities are huge. And then the other one that I thought was super interesting, if you're in New York, I did drop this on my Instagram stories. If you guys follow me, I don't share it as much on X just because I don't know. Y'all got to tell me if you guys are actually into this, but on Instagram, I'll share more, frequently about different events or things that are going on. But for Miu Miu, they did a whole activation that was beautiful. It was in New York. It was only for 2 days. And then lastly, the story that I just want to hit really quickly. We talked about Rihanna earlier. We talked about Fenty Beauty, but also WNBA New York Liberty, they're an official beauty partner. Women's sports is blowing the F up.
I love it.
Yeah, you're a sports girly.
Yeah, I am a sports girly. I also just like so badly want to help like on the NA like NIA. I don't know why for a sec buffering my brain. I was like, what? The NIA for like women's college sports is like really something that I'm really passionate about just because
Yeah.
as a previous collegiate athlete as a female, the reason I stopped playing sports was because there was no opportunity for
What'd you
like,
play?
soccer
Like,
in college. I
okay.
had a
I knew you played
scholarship.
soccer, but I didn't realize that
Yeah, I had a scholarship. I played my first semester and then I quit because I hated the coach. And I wrote him a spicy little letter about why he didn't deserve to be a coach. And hand delivered it to him. Yes, I
did
was.
he ever respond to you?
Yeah, he was just like, I'm glad that you believe this, but it doesn't matter, basically. I was like,
Wait, where'd you go to college?
I graduated from Radford University in Virginia, but I was at Tusculum College, NCAA Division II school in Tennessee.
Nice. Wait,
Yeah.
what? I thought you also studied at Parsons or something.
No.
Okay.
I interned in, like, New York City, and I
Okay,
was
maybe that's what it
so
was.
I did, like, intern in New York, and I worked in the fashion industry and all that good stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't go to, like a big fashion school. Like, the school that I was going to was fashion merchandising. It was in the, top 10
Yeah.
for whatever fashion program. I don't remember what it's called, but
Okay.
on the merchandising side of things, so it was pretty good, but
Nice.
Virginia.
Virginia. I mean, I went to school in Pittsburgh. I mean, we can say that we have Andy Warhol. So I went to Carnegie Mellon in
Well,
Pittsburgh.
yeah.
But I would say I went to the school of all the brands that I used to work for. Because I mean, you can learn it academically, but it's very different being on the job because they don't actually teach you, I would say,
Yeah.
the real on the job skills. Like I wish they taught that we're going on a complete tangent, but like a class on negotiations
Oh, all the things.
or networking or building relationships or politicking, and then you layer in fashion, it's just like a whole nother level. But
Yeah.
on that note, we will totally digress, and I know we're 5 minutes over. So I do want to end this,
Yeah.
but sorry, I'm just going through the comments really quick. I'm laughing. To say, I think the mainstream is not connected with the right people of indie devs and artists, what relationships and alter what we're feeling and what we experience. I think it's indie artists and people who can actually do it. Because I think the Web3 community is a lot of people who are doing this because it's something that they're passionate with. Like this very much giving Doechii artist way vibes.
Yeah.
It's like the land of opportunity almost. So I
Yeah.
think you definitely need those people for creativity, for the innovation and the speed that they're moving. But I think you also need people who understand the industry and actually can talk to these people because at the end of the day, like I've been in the boardrooms, I've been in these meeting rooms, like you walk in like you're in a Web3 meeting or don't speak their language,
Yeah.
you ain't getting anything.
LM, you went to VCU? What the heck?
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I live in Richmond. That's so random. That's so funny.
Yeah, she moved to another place. I'm not gonna share that,
Sure,
but
but
yeah.
I don't mind sharing it. I'm like, that's so
Katie, how
wild.
much for a makeover? I would not go to me. I don't really do people's makeup. I have done it before, but if you want recommendations, you can ask me. But Fari, who is in the Web3 community, she does makeup. So if you want professional makeup done, then check out Fari. She does a great
Oh,
job.
sick.
She had a little NFT, not little, sorry. She had an NFT that dropped. I can't speak English today. NFT that dropped where she basically does makeovers for people.
That's so
Um,
awesome.
yeah, but on that note, I do want to end this. So I appreciate all of you guys. I had over 80 people in this room. And yeah, just
Woo.
coming through, chatting with us. Let me go back to this view. Oops, I'm still sharing. Hold on. Okay, there we go. But yeah, Fashion Tech Tuesday. Literally go through the beauty, fashion, tech, and AI news, the insights, also, you know, the special editions like this Met Gala marketing, AI tech strategy deck that you could use for yourself. And yeah, I mean, I'm moving, as I mentioned earlier, to Substack. So trying to figure that out is a whole nother project, but there is a community, like a chat area. And if any of you guys are on X and you want to, and I still haven't done this, but anyone who wants to be on a group chat, I'm happy to create one. But Substack, there is an existing, like, very fashion, very beauty orientated community. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to build on. And also, there's a podcast area, so I could drop
Oh,
all the huh?
in Substack?
In Substack. And
That's very
so,
cool.
I mean, obviously, I have a lot of video content from the shows and the podcasts that I do. And basically, you can also drop exclusive content for your subscribers.
Cool.
And I'm not going paid this month. So, I mean, you guys can access whatever on Beehive or, you know, when I start porting over to Substack. But I am going to explore, you know, basically, if you're a paid subscriber, then you get the how to break into fashion tech for someone who's already raised money, or
Yeah.
even you know, I had my friend Adriana on before about her favorite tools and how she uses them, but just to give a little bit of more added value that I could push out there. And honestly, it just keeps it so that I can continue going and to push out this content and actually get paid for my work at the end of the day.
Yes. Which everyone deserves that, especially you. You have been grinding so fucking hard. You like inspire me every single day. I'm like, okay, I need to be doing more. I need to do more. I need to do more. No, so proud of you, Jeannie. Like, seriously, keep pushing. Cook or get cooked.
Yes, cook or get cooked. But yeah, thank you so much for co-hosting. I mean, it's always fun to chat, and you know, we're also trying to figure out like what this looks like. Because Taylor also does social media, as I said before, so you can definitely connect with her on that. But
Yeah. Okay,
look,
we're 10 minutes over. We have to go.
I know. Fashion Tech Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern. If y'all have any issue with the time, prefer 12 or whatever, like DM me, let me know. I think I just picked 11 just because it felt like a little bit more chill before you have lunch, and maybe you don't want to hear us yap about this stuff, but also you can catch the playback. So yeah, I mean, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys, and we will see you next week.
And subscribe to the Digital Runway. There you go.
Oh yeah, it's right there actually.